The Occupy Wall Street protesters have a new spin-off. Are you ready for this? Occupy Sesame Street. Yes, you heard me correctly. Occupy Sesame Street.
Occupy Sesame Street! Occupy Sesame Street!
This weekend, these protesters interrupted a school choice conference in San Francisco, calling for better public education and a halt to the privatization of the education industry. But what these protesters apparently don't understand is that giving parents choices, real choices, is what will lead to a better education for their children. Joining me now to help explain this is Bob Bowdon, founder of Choice Media TV. Bob, it's always a pleasure. Welcome here. You were at that conference.
That's right.
In San Francisco, where they were yelling and screaming. What's basically wrong with the education model today that consists of the following? Public school education, no real competition unless your parents are wealthy enough to send you to private school, guaranteed customer base, guaranteed income from the taxpayers, and the teachers stay there, whether they're good teachers or not.
That's right. There are a lot of good teachers, no question about that. My mother was a public school teacher. I went to public school, but clearly, in most states, you really can't get rid of a bad, particularly tenured teacher in America. That's still the case. There has been some tenure reform here and there, but it's still largely true.
What about big picture, though, that there's really no competition? There's no way, or is there, that a middle-class family or a poor family could send their child to a school other than the one that's in their district, other than the one that the local government provides?
See, I talked to some of these folks out there, and while some of them do talk about, Wall Street being in bed with the government, and I'm sympathetic to that kind of a concept.
Right.
When it comes to school choice, they often were just talking about this nostalgic concept of public education, the form they grew up in. And then I would say, well, charter schools are public schools. You oppose them? And they said, well, only if it's kept very limited as experimental schools for new ideas. They don't want it to grow too much because, the monopoly they don't see as bad in public education.
Why does big government, why do the big government types oppose privatization in education? When we all know that when private industry does something, it does it better, more efficiently, and with less cost than when the government does it.
Well, the nomenclature on their signs, as you know, it's about corporate greed, and we don't want these greedy billionaires from taking over our schools and getting money, and it's all going to be about money instead of about children. And they have, this view that if it's kept a monopoly, it really will be better.
What did these crazies that were actually chanting Occupy Sesame Street, what did they want?
Well, during the speech by Rupert Murdoch, there were a couple of guys who had in their bags, Sesame Street masks, like for Bert and Ernie, and then Oscar the Grouch.
Don't tell me you're a producer, a television producer. Don't tell me you interviewed these characters.
So, some of them, yes. In fact, one of them was struggling. I had a friend who was struggling with one of the guys, and they thought my friend was holding up a National School Choice Week yellow scarf, and she's like, no, it was a Bert mask. I was struggling in a tug of war with the guy to keep him from putting it. They would put on the mask right before they started
screaming.
What
do they want? If they could say anything to Mr. Murdoch or to the school people that were out there, what would they ask for when they say Occupy Sesame Street?
When confronted with the ideas that public education is failing, particularly in some urban areas where just chronically dysfunctional schools have existed for decades, they say that's just because there's just not enough money. We continue to spend more, and when you say, well, we spend more than anyone else in the world, they don't have an answer to that. They just deny it, usually. And so I was talking with a bunch of them and found some responses like that, other absolutely crazy people.
Is my pipe dream that someday I will see competition where parents can choose what school to send pupils to rather than the government telling you will go here? Is that a pipe dream?
It's not a pipe dream. The governor of Pennsylvania has just outlined a voucher program. Indiana has passed a statewide voucher program, and Governor Daniels has signed it. This movement is growing.
Well, Bowdon, it's a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Anytime.
Be careful when those Sesame Street characters go after you. Cops fight to protect their DNA, but not yours. While working overtime to violate